This is Los Angeles. Everything is gone. Look at this. This is our deodorants, I think. This place is going, I mean, this looks like it's been looted. And I guess thieves just come in and take whatever is expensive and just walk out with it. This is crazy. This is unrecognizable.
Okay, fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there has been having a good day. We're back, y'all. We're back with another reaction. We got a good one today. Little longer video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I ain't gonna talk your guys' ears off. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction. Enjoy the show.
How long have we got here?
We might have 100 years on Earth at the rate we're going.
Really?
No, sorry. There's Earth issues that require geopolitical solutions.
Self-harm.
And then there's the universe, the death of the sun, the collision of the Milky Way galaxy with the Andromeda galaxy.
How would the sun die?
Oh, the sun, like any star, it will run out of fuel in its core and it starts changing. It starts bloating and getting so large that it will engulf the orbit of Mercury and Venus and come very close to Earth. So imagine looking on the horizon and sunrise is half the sky.
Is this even starting to happen?
No, we have another several billion years, but that if the expansion of the universe accelerates at a continued rate and it goes unchecked, the universe will be expanding in 22 billion years. It'll expanding faster than the fabric of space-time can keep up with it.
No, $15,000 in food stamps and $5,000 cash money monthly. Every month they're getting that. Yes, and they're getting 6 months free rent. But this was the first time I heard about it. Now I've heard it's 2 years free rent. Getting Section 8 first prioritized before the citizens.
It's crazy.
Wow. So the Venezuelan migrants that are coming in here, they are getting 6 months free rent, $15,000 in food stamps, and on a credit card, $5,000. Cash. Oh my goodness. How do the people in Chicago feel about that?
Oh, people are angry. Because there's a lot of people, you know, that need help with Medicaid and food stamps, and they get rejected.
Tell me about the people that you've seen on the streets collecting clothes.
By my house, there's a Walgreens. There's a lot of families that go stand by the door with a pamphlet saying they need money and food. And they're Venezuelans getting money. And then they go in the bus and don't pay. Go in the trains, don't pay. And they're not getting in trouble for none of the wrong things they're doing.
They can commit a crime or steal or something and nothing happens to them?
Nothing happens. They get away with everything. By my house, a car passed by. It said Venezuela in the back windshield. No, in the front windshield said Venezuela. And on the side of the window, they said Chandel Rockwell. And they drove by my house.
How vulnerable is our power grid?
It's probably the most vulnerable thing we have. And people just don't pay attention to it because, I don't know, because it's not sexy or cool to talk about or cool to work on, but our power grids are like 60, 70 years old.
It's going to be cool when the lights don't go out.
And people, exactly. And people are like, no, that just happens in that movie Die Hard or something, Die Hard 4, whatever it was. I'm like, no, I mean, it's not that hard to shut off a power grid through a cyber attack. And once you get it down, to get it back online, I mean, just think of it. I don't want to get into the numbers. There's not a lot of these things that control the electricity supply to the country. And for people who don't know what a power grid is, it's literally just like a switch that says, you got electricity over here, we're going to take it in and give it to you over there. Right? And it's just a relay system. And we haven't upgraded those in forever.
If there were all these beings, all these civilizations, why isn't there more proof out there?
We have a lot of proof. Just travel to the 33rd degree parallel of the Earth, and you'll find megalithic city after megalithic city as you go around the globe. At certain points on that 33rd degree parallel, because of the magnetic field from the Earth there, they've harnessed the power of that, and they built megalithic cities all around that 33rd degree parallel. And these sites, when you go to them and you go visit them in person like I have, you begin to realize how magnificent the architecture is and how incredible the technology must have been to move these things. Stones, and some of them are 15, 20 tons. Some of these stones, we don't even have machines today that can move one of these stones, which are the evidence laying right before our eyes all over planet Earth. We just have chosen to ignore it because mainstream won't acknowledge it.
This is Los Angeles. Everything is gone. Look at this. This is our deodorants, I think. This place is going, I mean, this looks like it's been looted, and I guess thieves just come in and take whatever's expensive and just fucking walk out with it. This is crazy. This is unrecognizable. When I moved to Los Angeles, you'd come into Rite Aid and you'd spend the fucking afternoon looking around. This is so fucking sad.
That's LA, y'all. Right? One of the most beautiful states in the world. I'll say it. One of the most beautiful states in the world at one time. And politicians came in and ruined it. Ruined it. And one of the politicians that's from there is running for the country and had 4 years as a vice president for the country. And look what they've done to the country. I mean, look at one of our first clips of the Venezuelans getting $5,000 cash and $15,000 food stamps. Like, look what they're doing, y'all. The politicians, if they get another 4 years, they're going to ruin the whole country. Not just California, not just Chicago, not just New York. It's going to turn into the whole damn country. Why? I mean, for money, right? They're making all the money.
Hey guys, check out this video of Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch, wrestling with a bear. Now the footage went viral all over social media yesterday. No one knows if someone has a personal relationship with this creature, that he was able to stand there and record all of this happening. But if this is real, guys, and this is not AI generated footage, and let's just say someone captured Bigfoot wrestling with his bear at the spare moment, this is gonna make history, guys. I've never in my life seen any type of video like this on social media. In one point of the video, you could see Bigfoot wrestling with a bear, and then he falls down and loses control. I've always wondered if Bigfoot is an interdimensional creature that travels inside of a UFO with aliens. They temporarily allow him to do biological researches in the forest and then come back and pick him up. He's like the canine of the police officer. Many people all around the United States and all around the world in different countries, they call him Yeti. In Russia, he's like a white color. People have reported to have seen this Bigfoot creature in the forest, in the woods, and they say he leaves a very foul odor. Sometimes he cries. Sometimes he throws stones at people. But whatever this thing is, now we have him wrestling with a bear. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Well, one thing you can't say is that's a man in a costume, right? Because there's not one man on planet Earth, not even Ronnie Coleman, is going to let a bear throw him to the ground and get back up, right? Not no human on planet Earth is going to do that. AI generated? I don't know. What do you guys think? You ain't getting back up like that. You ain't even gonna be standing with them like that.
School is a violation of the human spirit. School is a violation of the human spirit. You were not meant to sit in a box and be quiet and be still. And children know that, so they move. That's a violation to do that in school. All of us in this room right now, we can leave here and walk to California. I don't care what kind of medicine you're on. I don't care what kind of condition you're in. The secret is you have to do it at your own pace. The problem is when I'm doing it at somebody else's pace. You might be able to run or walk and average 50, 60 miles a day. I might just do 2 miles a day. the important thing is I get there. That's why the super rich people would never send their children to a school. They have private schools where you do it at your pace. This is a game they play. And so they have to have recess or the thing would blow up.
So apparently these 10 days were wiped from history, and we're going to find out if that's true. Our calendars aren't perfect, which is why once in a while we need to make adjustments, such as leap years. The story goes that this calendar drift was getting so real back in the 1500s that they were having trouble determining what day Easter should be on. So Pope Gregory XIII implemented the Gregorian calendar back in 1582, which was 10 days off from the previous date. And they waited until October to avoid skipping any major Christian festivals, in which October 4th became October 15th. And the funny part is that other countries actually didn't agree to this change and refused to adopt a new calendar. And so for the next 170 years, traveling across the border into a Catholic country meant traveling into the future by 10 days. We were time traveling before we knew it. Oh, and well, there you have it. 10 days missing in October 1582. It's true.
It's nothing like fellowship, you know. So we see each other around, but we don't get it. Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long. How much did we drink? My forehead is sweating like Uncle Leroy at the dinner table. It's hot as hell. It ain't that hot. Much more sauce?
Yo, watch this. A lot of progress, and Kamala and I are going to build on that progress, and she's going to build on it. I'll be on the sidelines, but I'll do everything I can to help.
She's shaking her head no.
Stalin knew that Roosevelt was sick. So rather than have the conference in Cuba or Iran, which is where it was supposed to be originally, it was in Yalta because Stalin insisted that it be held there. And Roosevelt had to fly all the way around the war. So he had to go from Washington to Morocco to sub-Saharan Africa, to Tehran, and then north to Yalta. It took days. By the time he got to Russia, he was exhausted and sick. And all he wanted to do was go to sleep. But Stalin insisted that they begin the talks immediately. So just to be able to get to bed, Roosevelt gave up Poland. And so for the next 45 years, Poland was communist. It didn't have to be. But Roosevelt was exhausted and he needed to sleep. He said, that is how you manipulate somebody's psychology.
On behalf of Amy, I'd like to thank the devil, all the dark lords who
don't do the devil stuff.
Gave her this award.
Don't do the devil stuff.
Allowed her to feast on the flesh of the innocent.
Thanks.
Take a look at this promo for the upcoming NFL season. And they always got to show you what they are really about every single time. And I will show you what I'm talking about after you watch this clip.
There we go. That's a little better. Hey, I'm watching Sunday football, y'all. I don't care. I got comments saying it ain't American. God damn it, it's American. I got my American flag out there, and I'm gonna go out there and salute it on kickoff. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Call me a shill all you want. Bust my ass all week to watch some football.
In case you needed any more proof of what they're about, look how many times they had to show Taylor Swift in this promo. It wasn't once.
Yeah,
it wasn't twice. It wasn't even 3 times. It was a total count of 5 times that they had to show Taylor Swift in this promo hyping the upcoming NFL season. This is what these people are really about. What they are showing you and what they are about, because Taylor Swift is their golden goose. This is why the Chiefs won the recent Superb Owl Bowl, because all of these sports leagues, pro or college, are scripted and rigged. Wake up.
What is actually in Doritos? Let's find out. Let's look at the ingredients. First ingredient, corn, which is certainly covered, drenched in glyphosate, a pesticide that is implicated in cancer in humans. Second ingredient, vegetable oil, sunflower oil and canola oil. Those are both seed oils, which we know are extremely harmful for humans and probably the single greatest drivers of obesity and metabolic dysfunction in humans today. Monosodium glutamate, better known as MSG, something that has been associated with increased appetite and in animal models clearly causes harm to male reproductive function. Not good. We have yellow number 5, also known as tartrazine, associated with hyperactivity in kids and anxiety in adults. Red 40, which is a widely used food dye, clearly associated with irritable bowel syndrome. In these super addictive Doritos, you have glyphosate-drenched corn, you have seed oils, you have MSG, and you have multiple food dyes associated with horrible side effects. I'm gonna say this is probably some of the worst food on the planet.
See, there's so much junk in there that it's just crazy how they get away with putting addictive things on there that kill you, right? The more clips of these I put, I'm always going to put these clips in there because I'm one that's addicted to the chips. I grew up on chips, right? We used to have chips in the cabinet all the time, and Dad would grocery shop on Sunday. Guess what? Thursday, chips are wiped out. Guess who ate all those chips? 95% of them, me, right? And I'm still battling those demons to this day, right? So every time I see a clip like that, I just think to myself, like, I need to break it. I need to break that addiction because I'm addicted, y'all, and it ain't easy. But every day is a new day, right?
Now, I want you to look at this mess.
Check this out.
The pump is on. I'm squeezing the trigger. Nothing but air coming out.
Cold game out there, y'all. It's a cold game.
I know you lying.
Look at this mess. 6 in the morning. She showed up at 6 in the morning to this.
Unbelievable.
Are you kidding me?
Animals.
Are you kidding me? She said those were Somali illegal immigrants. A whole lot of military age men there.
This pisses me
And
off.
listen, they don't want anybody filming. They don't want the public to see this. And all you need to vote is a driver's license.
Our government effed us.
Come on.
Crazy.
A woman has passed away on the first day of Burning Man, and for those of you who don't know, this is a week-long festival that takes place in the desert of Black Rock City, Nevada. It gets the name from the ritualistic burning they do of a massive effigy called the Man. This takes place on Saturday night, and the next day they burn a massive temple. This festival is something like you've never seen before. It's a week long, but you have to bring everything you need in order to survive because the only thing that they sell there is ice. They don't sell food, nothing. It's very important that you make friends with people, you trade, you barter, and you gift each other things. When it comes to the festival itself, there's a lot of artwork, sculptures, a lot of shows. I don't think there's any set headliners, but from what I'm seeing, Diplo is playing there, but just very interesting.
So I just woke up and I found out that there's a new ocean. God dropped a 5th ocean right after a pandemic. I mean, clearly the pandemic was chill for him. I don't know how that happens, but I guess it can. This is the 5th one. Apparently, it is surrounding Antarctica. It's called the Southern Ocean, which sounds like a part of a video game map. It doesn't even sound like Earth. So now we got the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Indian, the Arctic, and the Southern. It just sounds like some DLC. It doesn't sound. It sticks out as the one that wasn't here before. Apparently, it was a part of the Pacific before, and the Pacific just said nah, and decided to expand.
Just created an ocean
and delegate some of its ocean. So 5 oceans down. In case you wanted to know, I have no idea.
Amish children. New study finds zero Amish children diagnosed with cancer, diabetes, or autism. Zero. Not a one. Not a one. Now, I don't know if that's because if they find out they're born with it, they churn them into butter.
They're saying Gen Z people age way faster than everyone else. Did you know that?
Gen Z. I don't believe that.
Gen Z age way faster than everyone. But if you bag it though, like look at millennials. They high key look young, bro.
Nah.
Yes, they do.
They look their age. No, I'm not gonna lie. They look
compared
their
to us though. We look kind of older. Fam, okay.
Actually, okay. Oh yeah, okay. I can see that.
So there's this guy that made a video. We seen him one time. He's the guy that's like on TikTok, like, come here.
Oh yeah.
How old do you think that guy is?
Okay, if I was
That
looking
guy was 35, fam.
yeah, no, he's like 30, right? He should be 30.
He's like 25.
Oh,
Dad,
no.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Yo, he's 25.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Exactly. So there's a theory right now. People are saying the reason everyone in Gen Z is aging at a fast as fuck rate is literally because of our phones and blue light. So blue light, it has negative side effects that age your skin faster, and it pretty much just literally just your pigments, everything. It just ages you faster.
Yeah.
Also our brain. Now you can imagine if we're always looking at our phone like this, the blue light is hitting us
all the
at
time.
nighttime, bedtime, whatever. It's like you know when you go to the tanning bed, that blue light is hitting you and making your skin wrinkle, is making your skin damage, everything like that.
Yeah.
There's
Little theory.
also a lot of microplastics in almost everything we eat and everything we see. So like, for example, our food. Now, you know how everyone says, oh, I have ADHD.
The northeastern Oklahoma city of Pitcher has seen its population go from more than 12,000 people to less than 20.
In northeastern Oklahoma, right on the Kansas border, you find this town, Pitcher, Oklahoma. The town officially shut down operations in 2009 after contamination from lead and zinc mining.
After the EPA found lead poisoning in a large number of the city's citizens, especially children, the city was evacuated. Residents received buyouts for their homes and were relocated. The massive piles of lead and zinc chaff produced by miners remain.
So I had to come here to answer one question. What's left of Pitcher, Oklahoma?
You know, they're building things like this, so you can kind of see that. And then the rest of the people are living in little tiny tents and huts and all these other things. But they're building buildings which are just absolutely astounding in the size and the magnitude. And this is all during the time in which Labor Day first began. The whole Labor Day holiday, people were protesting that they were working so hard to build these buildings. That's what's funny. This is what they were saying. That they were building these buildings and they were working too hard. So Labor Day came about when the Bolsheviks, or I should say the communists and the socialists came about, and they pushed for people to revolt against this system. Now, this system, if you think about it, seems to be working like slavery, that's for sure. And when you look at the design of these buildings, you know, buildings like this, which are just absolutely astounding, the size, you know, you have to wonder how long it would take to build something like this. And this is why I like to show photos, because when you see photos, you see something different. Your mind registers something different when you see things that are just...
A different topic. Since when does the Vice President have what sounds like a Southern accent?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well...
I mean, this is...
She was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that
same
you think...
line...
Okay, Peter.
That she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a Southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that you're... I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question? They care... You know what they care about? They care about the economy.
I know
They care about lowering costs. They care about health care. That's what Americans care about.
So...
That's what they want to hear.
This is something... They care well, why don't you guys ever talk about that, right?
About your colleague just asked me about what basically we talked about, went back and forth about democracy and freedom. That's what they care about. I'm not even going to entertain some question about the president. It's just hearing it sounds so ridiculous.
Well, but hearing it is...
The question I'm talking about, the questions is just insane.
Is that how she talks in meetings here?
I'm just Peter. We're moving on.
You may not be a union member. You better thank a union member. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Remember this?
What's something that you always carry with you? Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you getting information right now? Hot sauce. Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
That's us.
Really?
Yes.
Now, listen, I
yes.
just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Like, y'all think y'all can say shit like that and we don't be offended? And I remember this in 2016, we was like, what is she talking about? Or do you remember in 2020?
Well, it's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
They don't have.
So you remember in 2020, when the whole, let's just say country, hated Trump. Even the people that are supporting him this time, Michael Rappaport, people out on the streets, hated him, right? He had YG making songs, people are singing it in the club, whatever, right? So Biden, Kamala, Hillary were able to go on these platforms and show face on podcasts, right? Because they were so loved and they wanted Trump out of here. But this time around, they ain't doing that. They can't. They can't go on the Breakfast Club, right? Biden can't go on the Breakfast Club. They're going to eat him alive, right? He's got to go on CNN. He's got to go on The View. They got to go on those type of shows, right? That are going to pander to him. So that's something I noticed, right? In 2020, everybody hated Trump, right? There wasn't a lot of people like there is now. If you walk on the street with a microphone talking about Trump, everybody hated him. Why? Because the media put that out so much, right? The celebrities.
I could not believe he said that shit when I heard him.
That was crazy.
Like, I already probably wasn't going to vote in 2020, but that sealed the deal.
But he got away with it and won.
You can't say some obviously racist shit to me or to my people and think I'm just going to support it just because my people think we're supposed to vote Democratic. So another 4 years later, when I see shit like this going on, like at this point, we're sick of Democrats appropriating black culture. Like, that shit ain't cool. That's not gonna get y'all our vote. Maybe like the coons, they might vote for y'all for doing this black pandering stuff. But the real ones, y'all not gonna get our vote, bro.
Oh my God. They better get up. They're gonna hit the power lines.
Holy fuck! Yeah, that's crazy. It's in cornfields out in Nebraska.
Oh my. What up, y'all? So I'm from Bermuda, and I shouldn't be telling y'all this because I probably will get in trouble for this because it's our nation's secret. But I just feel like the people should know. Like, the people should know, you know. So I'm from Bermuda. I'm a Bermudian, but we're also triangulans. Like, if you're a part of the Bermuda Triangle, you're a triangulan. Also known as like Atlantean. We're not every triangulan is an Atlantean, but we are also Atlanteans. Same way Italians are Europeans. But what I wanted to let y'all know is that like every Bermudian knows where Atlantis is. Like every Bermudian knows where the lost city is. And I just feel like people should know that. You know what I mean? Like by high school, every Bermudian knows. It's just like a rite of passage. So yeah, if anything happens to me, it's not the storm that's coming.
On to the next clip.
Because we're like in the Bermuda Triangle, Bermudians are protected. Nothing happens to us. So like I said, if something does happen to me and I go missing,
I'm all about USOs now, dude. The unidentified submersible objects.
Yeah.
That's where they are, dude.
Yeah.
They're at the floor
That's
of
what
this.
Cat Williams said. He said, "Is this correct or incorrect?"
Dude, I love that.
We were talking about space, about how we know more about space than we do about the ocean, which is true. And he was saying that those underwater listening devices were most likely so that they could hear UFOs moving around.
We're just up on the roof.
But yeah, the problem is we've never seen anything other than us that manipulates its environment. Everywhere you look, everything is eating everything. They all eat each other.
It's a ladder of eating.
Yeah.
Just everything goes up and eats something.
And at the top, you have killer whales that are eating whales.
But what if we're missing something? What if we don't see it? What if we are too stupid? Like, they can't see down here. These guys have no fucking clue. You know when you're in a tinted car and someone's like looking.
These are all. I mean, think about it. Maybe they're just stealthy, right? I mean, look at a mountain lion. It's rare to see a mountain lion. You can walk down the trail and 2 seconds later, a mountain lion's walking right behind you, right? Or 2 seconds before you walk on that trail, a mountain lion just walked right by. They're very stealthy animals. It's rare to see a mountain lion in the wild, right? Maybe they're 10 times, 100 times stealthier than a mountain lion. Just thinking here, just thinking out loud, people.
All the drinks that our dentist wants to make sure that we drink every day.
Look at all that sugar in those pops, sodas.
With solo cups and metal foil and a speaker cone spring. But when I put this thing up against my beehive,
it's crazy.
Have y'all ever heard of anything like this before?
But there's no sunlight coming in and hitting that light, right? So I'm holding my phone, I'm just gonna walk closer and closer, and as we walk closer, look at the reflection. Damn it, I had the phone plugged in. Look at the reflection. The lights are on. But the lights are not on.
Now they're all watching the fucking movie. Look at this shit.
The hell? He's watching Finding Nemo? Nope. Hey, rocks have energy, y'all.
Very 80s looking guitar. And every time I strum, like that, shit like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Shit like that.
There have been more than 300 new sightings.
What the is going on?
You still think that's a flare?
Oh, whoa. What is that?
Maybe alien contact is much closer in our future than we are led to believe.
Did you see how that shit went?
A dramatic increase in UFO sightings. About half of them remain unexplained.
Somebody help me understand that. Oh yeah, these videos I'm about to show you right now are nuts. A few of them might have a simple explanation, but most in this video do not. So let's take a look together. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. Hit the subscribe button if you like watching weird clips from all around the world, and make sure you turn on that bell notification so you never miss a beat. And if you're not new to the channel, welcome back. Let's take a look at strange sightings in the sky that freaked people out. Imagine strolling through a field when suddenly the sky above morphs into something unthinkable. This next footage was captured by a stunned onlooker who witnessed just that, an extraordinary vision in the clouds. As the storm brewed, something miraculous, or perhaps ominous, began to take shape. Look closely.
Face.
Does it not seem as if a colossal face, perhaps that of Zeus himself, is forming within the storm? From a vague silhouette to shockingly distinct features. Nose, jawline, even what appears to be a beard. Observe how every detail grows more defined by the minute. The furrowed brows, the deep-set eyes. Can you see the mythical beard and what looks like flowing hair? This spectacle left all who saw it both mesmerized and perturbed. Was this just a natural phenomenon occurring in the sky, or could it be something more profound? A sign.
I actually can't disclose a lot for another, I think it's 65 years. I rode a submarine underwater for 47 days straight. No fresh air, no sunlight, just 47 days of recycled air with me and 150 other dudes. You find just weird stuff to do that you could never even imagine you would have to create stuff to do. Luckily for us, we did have a little bit of like 2 treadmills and a couple like little weights you could find here stashed in the corners to make your blood flow a little bit more. But other than that, you watched a lot of movies, you did your job, what you were doing, and then you kind of just ate. Meals were like a novelty. You're like, yes, we get to eat 30 minutes. Cool. Looking forward to the next meal. Mentally, per se, we actually trained 2 years for that evolution that we did right there. So for 2 years, we kind of already just got the muscle memory in. We just went through the motions of, hey, when we get out there, this is what we're going to do.
You know, so he said what? You can't tell what he saw down there for 50 years. So I guess in another 50 years, we'll get real HD 4K footage of alien bases, UFOs underwater. Gotta wait another 50 years, y'all. They planted the seed with the hearings, with the 1980s cell phone cameras, right? They planted the seed with that. So another 50 years, this guy's gonna come out, have the pictures, show us everything. That's how it works, y'all.
Egyptian headdresses that have the cobra sitting up on the front. They think that that comes from an ancient practice. There are still people in Egypt that can do that. And that is a practice that has been carried down for thousands of years. And so they'll grab a cobra by its head and it'll stiffen up and turn into like a staff. And people, they'll take that and they'll wrap it and put it up on top of their head where the cobra is alive. And the cobra is still alive, yeah, sitting on top of their head. Doesn't bite them or anything. It's like these Egyptian snake charmers. Mystics, yeah. And there's a Egyptologist who's he's a really fascinating guy, Bob Breyer. He's kind of one of these guys who has a lot of these not really accepted theories about Egypt, but he's an Egyptologist, and one of his discoveries in Egypt was that these Egyptian snake charmers and things that we hear about in the book of Exodus is still happening today. There's still people who can do it. So these cultural trades are being handed down over time.
Our food supply is poison. Yeah, it was taken over by one group of people, and they own the rights to the seeds and all of that type of stuff, and they forced out all of these farmers. If their seeds blew onto their property, they could sue them for using their seeds, and the media just ignored all of that because they get paid by them. That's sort of what is going on globally, is everybody is just choosing money off the bag, as fucking kids say nowadays. That's what the problem is. Nobody is, everybody's screaming and yelling about shit that doesn't matter. Like stand-up comedians. They'll yell about that, but they won't talk about literally people poisoning their own countrymen. I mean, they should be fucking put to death for what they did. There you go. There's a hot take.
Why is this guy missing his head? Is it an attempt to hide something from our history? Further proving that we're looking at Tartarian architecture. Here in Brussels, Belgium, we're at the Church of Our Lady of Victories, which was apparently completed in the 1400s. You see that huge window frame up there in the shape of a Semitic pattern, perhaps once providing Brussels with healing vibrations.
That's crazy.
Captured from the atmosphere with the use of these energy spires, which are probably filled with some sort of conductive alloy on the inside. But officially we're told this was all crafted with the use of hammers and chisels, with materials brought here via horses and carts. But is there a lost technology that was used that our current controllers don't want us to know about? And yes, the doors are absolutely huge and clearly built for something larger than an average-sized human. Here's another entrance with giant doors. You can see those people entering were just a fraction of the size of the entrance itself. So who or what was it really designed for?
This is just my opinion.
No way they were out there with a hammer and a chisel getting that fine definition. That would have took hundreds and hundreds of years.
But there is no jet fuel on airplanes. If you look at the amount of fuel that they say goes into the wings, which are super thin, it's the equivalent to like 33 elephants in weight. And if you look at the amount of actual fuel liquid, it's the equivalent to like 16 gas tankers. 16 of them. Now, if you actually take a look at the engine, they utilize Nikola Tesla's coil technology, which basically, it's like kinetic energy. It's like nonstop.
Dan had a really great theory that sort of like a lot of the conspiracy theorists theorize that these helicopters are out there having like they're shooting at the civilians and they're shooting at the structure on top, the penthouse or something. And maybe there is like, in some of those autopsy reports that people eventually got access to, there are people that were shot directly down through the top of their head.
Really?
Yeah.
So there were helicopters or there were not?
Oh, there were 100% helicopters. Yeah. And they are, and people found them on the, like the flight trackers. You can see their transponders, and the helicopters, before the shooting even starts, they fly, 3 of them fly over top of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. They turn off their transponders 15 minutes before the shooting starts. And then their transponders are off until after the shooting is all over, and they turn them back on and like fly away. And then so there's like all these weird and not to mention that the shooting itself, everyone with any military training, Dan included, all say that is a belt-fed machine gun. That is 100% not a bump stock M4.
What?
Yeah, that is 100% not what they say it is, because bump stocks are also famous for malfunctioning. Like a bump stock is like, it uses the recoil of the gun to rechamber the round.
There's definitely enough evidence that something cataclysmic happened in the Ice Age. I think that a plausible argument is that a large chunk of meteors from the Torrid meteor stream hit the North Atlantic ice cap and just instantly heated up the world and ended the Ice Age. And so you have this global flooding and the sea levels rise and everything. And I can say almost certainly without a doubt that maybe the majority of humanity died during that time period.
All right, family, there you have today's reaction. Brought the green screen back, y'all. I had to do it, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. We post daily uploads over here, y'all. We got a busy week coming up. Parents are coming from Arizona tomorrow at this time. I got a couple hours till they get here. They'll be here about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll make sure I tell them, hey, the CaveFam said what's up. But don't worry, I'll still be here. Daily uploads will still be continuing, y'all. We're just doing some relaxing, getting some good Mexican food out here. Maybe go look at some houses. We might be having a big move coming up. I don't know yet, but hey, this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. I hope everyone has a good day out there. Later.